there, this is Amy. Tonight I am going to show you how I created a set of dominoes that are painted on rocks. And I created this for my grandchildren as a game that we can play together. And yeah, here we go. Now if you like my video, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications whenever I post something new. And we are going to go ahead and get started. I am basically going to be base coating these rocks with a flat brush, which is a 3/4 flat brush by Plaid. And then I'm using my Licorice, which is by Folk Art Enamel. Folk Art. So I'll be using this to paint the rocks, the front and the back. So I'm going to start today with painting the back. I've already cleaned the rocks. That's very important that you clean the rocks first before you paint. And then I am going to coat them on front and back with the black. And then once I'm done, after I paint on the stripe and the dots, I'm going to bake them just to give them some added strength. And then I'm going to put some protective coating on them. Probably use the Mod Podge Ultra, which I love. But anyhow, we'll go ahead and get started with the painting and go from there. Alright, so I've got the first coat on the first side. With the black, depending on how it dries, it probably will be fine just doing the one coat. But I'll see what it looks like and make a judgment call once it dries. And then flip them over and base coat the back side. I just like both sides to be done. I don't know. With everything I do, I probably don't have to do that, but I prefer to. So anyways, here we are. We've got the first side coated. Alright, so I just flipped these over and I'm going to get ready to paint the back side of them black. Get that done. Allow them some drying time before I flip them back over and put the design on the front in order to create the domino game. And what I did is I actually purchased the template so that I would know how to, put the dots and the lines and all that good stuff on them. So I actually got them right. There's 28 stones, and we will go from there with getting them painted. Alright, so now I've got both sides painted black, and I will go ahead and allow until tomorrow. I painted them this evening, probably about 8:15ish, and I'm going to give them some time to dry before I flip them back over and start painting the domino design on them. So stay tuned. Okay, so both sides are now dry, and I went ahead and put this little piece of tape strip across each rock just to be a marker for where I'm going to make the white line that you would use in creating the the dominoes. So I thought it was an easy way to use it as a guideline. I'm basically eyeballing. I don't really care if they're completely centered. If you do, then I would recommend measuring. I just like to eyeball most of the time, if at all possible. So I will be then painting the white lines and then going from there. Hi there. I'm just going to show you today. I've gone ahead, as I said, I've went ahead and put the tape on just to, like this one, I might want to scoot it up just a smidge. But basically I'm using these as my guidelines to put the center line in. Not measuring. Again, if you feel the need to measure, that's up to you. Do so. These stones are all different sizes, so the center is going to be different. And the one thing that you'll need to do is to purchase a template, or if you already have the game or something to reference it by, feel free to do so. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you a few, and then I'll show you the final product. This might be a little crooked maybe. Alright, and again, they may not be completely centered. I really, that doesn't matter to me. So I'm going to go ahead and use my smaller dotting tool here and just do a dotted line across. I'm trying to stay as close to this as I can without actually getting on the tape, because then my tape will pull the paint off. So I'm just going to do this dot through what I perceive as the center part of the rock. It's a little close, so it might pull up a little bit. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to use my guidelines here and just keep doing the dots. But I want to try to make them as nice as I can. And I feel like this is also another way for me to get used to, I'm thinking here I might want to take, now that I'm looking at it, I might want to go ahead and take the tape off where I do the other side, because then it's going to be away from the center, which I really don't want it to do. So I'm just going to kind of wipe this off a smidge here. And this is my first time creating these, so bear with me. They may not be perfect, but that's okay. I'm not really looking for perfect. I'm looking for something fun for my grandkids to do. That's handmade. And so there you have the first one. The second one will be very similar. Like I said, there are 28 of them, so it may take a little bit of time to do all 28. But that's fine. It's fun. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. I'm going to turn this back around. I'm wiping off the tip with my fingers, so my fingers will be all painted. And as I say, don't do as I do. I'll make the mistakes and you learn from them. If you've ever made a set of these, I would love to see your set. If you have any comments, questions, feel free to ask. And as I mentioned earlier, I will be baking these, and then I will be coating them with, I'm going to use the Mod Podge Ultra to coat them for added protection. Because you know, with kids, they're going to throw them around, especially with my grandkids. You know, I do have little ones, so they may not be totally age appropriate for them, but they still want to be in the mix, if that makes sense. So they'll have access to them, but they're into throwing everything, which drives me insane, especially when I have a glass top table. But what am I going to say? You know, you're trying to expose them to things early on, and There you go. Alright, so there I have the first 2 of 28 done. And we'll just keep making them here and sharing as I go. But I think so far, I think they're turning out really cute. Let me know down in the comments how you like them and if you plan to make a set of your own. It's coming right along. I'm getting close to the end, so pretty soon I'll be able to let these dry for about an hour and then put them in the oven to bake and then coat them, and hopefully I can get them done so that the kids can play with them tomorrow, but we'll see. Alright, they're finally done. I need to make a correction to what I stated early on in the video. I had heard a different amount of stones that were needed. It's actually 24, not 28. I think I might have said 28 earlier in the video, so I was wrong. But anyways, I've gone ahead and I've finished them out as far as the painting part, and I think so far they're really cute. Just trying to show you all of them. And I am going to give them a little bit of time to dry, put them in the oven and bake them. Since I'm using the folk art enamels, I will put them in. Really, with doing the stones, it probably doesn't matter so much about the preheating and putting them in before you turn on the stove, but I will still do that. A little bit easier just because you don't want to get into the hot stove. But anyways, I'll go ahead. I will bake them for my stove. It would be 50 minutes with the preheat time plus the 30 minutes that the paint requires, and then I will turn off the oven, allow them to cool down, because hot stones hold heat. Just let me tell you that one. Anyway, so then at the end of this I will coat them with the, sorry for the barking. Alright, sorry about that. My one dog is upstairs barking and my one in the basement with me is hearing her and barking too. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and with the new Mod Podge Ultra, which I like the gloss, I will coat these once they've been baked. And I'll give them a couple coats both sides of the stone just for added durability, and then they'll be ready to play with once that dries. This product is great if you haven't seen my other videos, if you haven't heard about it. It's new, and one thing nice, it's for indoor outdoor. You can spray it on. You can actually brush it on too if you prefer to do the brushing, or depending on the project you're using, but it's not tacky after it dries. Because I thought with my Mod Podge that I was using for my outdoor projects, I thought there was something wrong with it because it was tacky on the outside when I'd given it plenty of time to dry, but apparently that's common for it. So this product I love because it doesn't give that tackiness, you know, when you're finished. Anyways, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure you do so. Hit the bell next to it to get notifications whenever I post something new. I do a lot of different painting tutorials. Started doing a lot of glass, and I will be doing some more of that too, but I'm kind of mixing it up with painting designs, these little projects like this, things that I'm making, personal, you know, I'm not selling these, I'm just making them, making tutorials possibly for you to make your own set, that kind of thing. So anyways, until the next video, have a good one.